Many years ago, I practiced this one simple exercise that changed my life. Not only did I learn how to say no to others, I learned how to reject someone without being rude. And before I tell you what it is, I want to give you some context of how this practice came about. When I was in my early 20s, I was walking in Chinatown one day, and then this middle-aged woman who was standing outside her shop trying to get new customer for her facial package or something. At the time, I didn't know how to reject someone nicely. I knew if she came to talk to me, I would most likely end up saying yes when I didn't want to. Or I'll be so irritated and frustrated with her constant persuading that I will have to be mean to her to get my message across. So when she approached me, I ran and she chased after me. The funny thing is there's another lady from the same shop that was in front, and I had to avoid that lady too. At the time, it almost felt like I was being chased by some kind of zombies, or that I'm playing American football or rugby. I need to take a fit or something. And after that incident, I thought how ridiculous it was. It's a public walking space, and I'm free to walk wherever I want, and she's just another salesperson, just another person. Why am I so scared of her that I need to run? I realized the reason why I was so afraid was because previously during Christmas, I was caught off guard by a salesperson. It's Christmas, I was in a happy mood, then someone came to me and asking me, can you help me with this survey? And as a helpful person, I agreed, but I didn't know that she was a salesperson. One thing led to another, and I ended up signing up some kind of insurance package or saving plan that I didn't want to, and it didn't end so well because after a few days I had to break my promise to her, and it was just a waste of both our time. So from that day onwards, I was very afraid of salespeople. But this running incident gave me a new resolution. I decided that I'm not going to be afraid anymore, and I developed this practice to help me learn how to say no to others. Instead of avoiding salespeople, I'm going to go straight up to them and say no. I'll tell you why this practice works for me. Firstly, it's easier to reject someone you don't know than to reject your acquaintance, friends, or family. There's less stake or low consequence to it, and you wouldn't see the salesperson the next day. But when you say no to your loved one, they may feel disappointed or hurt, and this will affect the relationship somewhat. But when it comes to salespeople, you are not close to them, you don't see them, so rejecting the salespeople are much easier. Secondly, salespeople get rejected so many times a day. Your no will only be one of the many no's that they receive throughout the day, so you don't have to feel so bad about rejecting them. It also helps them to accept rejection because that's part of their job. Thirdly, salespeople are easy to find in shopping malls, at least in my country. You'll be able to get enough practice so that you can get better at saying no. Because learning how to say no is just a practice like any other skill that you need to develop. It takes practice to get better at it. And because salespeople are easy to spot, you can get somewhat mentally prepared before they approach you. Like you can tell yourself, whatever they say, I'm just going to say no. With multiple practice, you get to fine-tune how you reject people and come up with solutions for different types of scenario. Because when you practice this, you'll find that there are all kinds of salespeople. Some will use the question technique like what I mentioned before. They will ask you a question and slowly lure you in. Some will use the sympathy card, like please help me, I need to earn a living. Some will follow you as you walk. What I learned is I just have to stay calm and composed and just say, no, I'm not interested. Have a nice day. And just be polite. You don't have to be mean. But one thing I learned is that I need to keep on walking. And if somebody wants to follow you, then sure, let's walk together. It's a game of who will give up first. Eventually they will give up knowing that you are firm and uninterested. Rejecting salespeople is the perfect practice. You'll learn how to deal with different types of people and see their reaction. Once you get good at rejecting the salespeople, You'll know how to reject others like your family members or your friends when you truly don't feel like saying yes. And most importantly, the more you reject others, the more confident you will get, the easier it will be. You will be like, hey, I can do this. I can reject someone. I don't have to do everything that other people tell me to do. And I don't have to be nasty or avoid them. It gives you a feeling of empowerment and freedom. When you say no, most people will respect your boundaries. But if you meet someone who violates your boundaries, watch this next video.